For people with sight loss, the places they need the most are often the places they find the most difficult to access. Places like hospitals and railway stations with large open spaces and a hubbub of people, all moving fast in different directions. Giving equal access to people with sight loss, and that's almost 2 million people in the UK, is not just an ideal or an aspiration, it's a legal requirement. The My Guide Open for Business service can make sure that with just a few hours of practical training, your staff and volunteers can provide the same excellent service to a person with sight loss as they do for everyone else.
The Queen Elizabeth Hospital is a massive new hospital, and it's got a large foyer, almost like an airport really, and it can be quite difficult to find your way around. So it's really important that the welcoming staff can come out and offer help to people proactively.
Well, it's interesting how you think that you know what to do. I am a trained nurse, so I kind of thought, yes, I know how to guide people around. It's pretty obvious, but actually when we did the training ourselves, I was a little bit embarrassed to think that I thought I knew what I was doing, but actually I didn't.
It's very welcoming to go somewhere and know that there are volunteers there that are trained to guide you. It just sort of says you exist and we're expecting you.
It's fun, the training. It's a serious topic, but it is, the training is made fun. It just improves your confidence straight away.
We've got an awful lot out of it. It made you appreciate the difficulties people have. And if they don't need us, you don't want to take their independence away. If they can do it, fine. But it's nice for them to know that there's somebody if it's needed, and it's nice for us to know that we can actually do something to help them.
Thank you very much.
I'm a My Guide practitioner, which means that instead of having guide dogs come in and do the training, we do it ourselves now. It makes us self-sufficient, and as new people come in, we offer it to them as well. The more we can get trained, the more confident they'll be, the better the experience for the patients.
When you come for a hospital appointment, you can feel a little bit stressed. You've got an appointment to attend, or maybe even you're visiting somebody on the ward and you're concerned for them. I might head off somewhere and then end up having to trail back on myself if there isn't somebody there to help and give good guidance.
Without the My Guide service, I just wouldn't be able to find my way around the hospital at all. There's nothing to give you an indication of where you are. With the My Guide trained people, they know what they're doing. It's much more safer. As they're going along, they can explain what's going on. They're more aware of their surroundings and what might be a hazard. Where unfortunately with Mr. Public or Mrs. Public, they don't necessarily think about things like that. So you have a lot more trust in somebody who's My Guide trained. I'm actually very impressed that they've taken it upon themselves to have My Guide and train people to work with blind people. I think it's a feather in the cap to have that initiative when you consider how many people come through the hospital and how many people they may be blind or have another disability.
It's very important that, these places that offer a service, like airports and train stations and things, that the people who work there are all very enthusiastic, but they would benefit from a proper training scheme.
The My Guide system can be used anywhere. For example, I need to go clothes shopping. To have maybe 1 or 2 assistants that are there who are trained up as My Guide would be really beneficial for them.
Perhaps when you go into big stores, particularly like here in Birmingham, London, Leeds, etc., if there were some people that were trained in My Guide, I think it encourages you to go and use that store. There are so many visually impaired people out there, and the ones I know love shopping, or if they don't, they really need that help and encouragement to get out there. So I think you're missing some potential business if you don't do My Guide. So yeah, do it.
I can't recommend it highly enough for what it's done for our volunteers, for our patients. It's made a huge difference.
With your staff and volunteers trained through the My Guide Open for Business service, the stress and confusion that people with sight loss can experience just melts away. Give people with sight loss the excellent service they need and deserve with My Guide Open for Business sighted guide training, specially tailored to your business. Get in touch and we can talk it through. Phone us on 0845 372 7499 or email myguide@guidedogs.org.uk.